What it do, see what the cancel like a lamb, big boss. Hog boss dog can't pull through the door. And the talk to his box fucking master little. The tough times don't last. Good people do it off yourself. Caught him in the hotline, maybe you matter. Peak game, 84s on what's win. We clustered up, you know what we're talking about. Jaron Boots Ennis. I've made countless videos talking about Jaron Boots Ennis' career. And it's just like everybody is kind of surpassing him, you know, just financially. And I know there's going to be, you know, people going to disagree with me, but hear me out. So I paid attention to this. Boots, when he was signed to PBC, was looked at as a boogeyman. They built him up. You know, of course, he wasn't signed to PBC. He fought on Showtime. He just fought on the PBC platform, on PBC cards, excuse me. But he was signed to Cameron Duncan, right? Who, you know, worked with Top Rank. But he had his own promotional company. I forgot the name of that promotional company. But he fought on Showtime. There's so many moving parts. But he fought on Showtime. And he had a deal with Steven Espinosa to fight on Showtime, which was on the PBC platform, right? But either way it go, Boots was looking invincible. He removes himself from Cameron Duncan. We're like, all right, cool. He gonna go sign with PBC, and then boom, he go sign with Eddie Hearn, right? And since he signed with Eddie Hearn, and I pointed this out in the past, his career has went down in the dumps as far as just how he's viewed in the boxing game. You know, a lot of people know Boots can fight, okay? It's not the fact that people saying he can't fight. It's just the fact that his profile has taken a hit. It has not ascended. It's taken a hit and recognition negatively more than positively, if that makes sense, right? Boots' name should be bigger than what it is right now, just the type of fighter he is, right? And I don't believe that it's reached its full capacity because of the fact of the moves that he's made. Prime example. Brian Norman right now is looked at to fight Devin Haney, right? Okay? Brian Norman has made good business moves, okay? And now we're just talking business, okay? He's made good business moves. He's finna fight Devin Haney, who's moving up from 40 to 47. And, you know, I'm favoring him to beat Devin Haney, right? But either way it go, he's finna get this career high payday fighting Devin Haney. Right? When Boots in this team, and I'm talking about Eddie Hearn, could have been the ones fighting Brian Norman, and they could have offered him a decent contract, you know, just gave him the money. But no, they didn't want to do that. You know? So it's just like, come on, man. This dude right here, Brian Norman, right now is ascending. His name is buzzing. Right? Why your name in the dumps? Now you finally moved to 154, and now you talking about, oh, I want to fight Virgil Ortiz, but it's like you could have been fought Virgil Ortiz. You could have been fought these guys, right? Now you making a decision to move to 54, when we like you should have been moved up to 154, right? You knew you wasn't gonna be able to get these other fights, bro. That's what we're saying. And he's made bad business moves. You know, you signed with Eddie Hearn thinking, oh, Eddie Hearn gonna get me to get these fights, and he ain't been able to do that. He hasn't been able to get you the fights that you need. He got you the Stanionis fight, but Stanionis got paid more money than you did for that fight. So why are they willing to pay Stanionis more money, but they're not willing to pay Brian Norman more money? You see what I'm saying? It just, to me, it's backwards. You know? You got to look out for your fighter. At the end of the day, you're promoting your fighter. So you got to not only look at your fighter financially, you got to look after your fighter his name-wise. And I just feel like Boots, the people who are advising him, they not looking out, they not helping his brand, bro. You know what I'm saying? You getting fight, you know, even like Virgil Ortiz, the Virgil Ortiz fight, it's like, I'm hearing, I saw on, I think it was either Ellie Seckback or Fight Hype, Robert Garcia, my bad. It's like, yeah, Boots talking about he won 2 tune-ups before he fight Virgil Ortiz. Now, granted, Virgil Ortiz has a hand injury, but they talk about he said he wants 2 tune-ups. He said he got that from a very reliable source. So it's like, what's going on over there? You know what I mean? Like, what's happening? These are the things that I'm talking about. Right? These are the things that that bother me. And then you see people like, oh, well, Boots does it. It's like, it's not adding up. Boots should be the face of boxing today. As talented as he is, he should be the face of boxing. Right? If he would have fought these fights a long time ago, he would be the face of boxing right now, Jaron Ennis. If he didn't sign with Eddie Hearn, he would have got those fights and he would have been shining. I'm telling you, Boots would have been the face of boxing. I want y'all to understand, he would have been the face of boxing. There's nothing nobody could have done to derail that. But the decisions that he made has clouded his judgment. You know what I'm saying? We just keep it at 1,000. He made bad business moves. He kind of following that Terrence Crawford model, where he making bad business moves, right? Boots is a great fighter, but I don't know, man. It seems like he needs to stay active, because if he don't, and also if he don't start fighting these top fights, his prime, he may miss his prime. And then one of these little young dudes gonna get him. I'm not speaking that on him, because Boots is a phenomenal fighter. I think Boots can beat a lot of fighters right now. I think Boots can beat Terrence Crawford. That's why Crawford and them, all the excuses talking about, oh, he get hit too much. Like, all that stuff, I ain't trying to hit none of that, bro. Like, I'll keep it at 1,000. Oh, he get hit too much. How is that your problem? But that's a whole nother video. All I'm saying at the end of the day is that Boots is a phenomenal fighter. He should be the face of boxing. But how they moving him, his name has taken a major hit. And that's all I'm saying. You feel me? So hopefully Boots can patch this thing up. He talk about he in control of his career. You gotta do something different, brother. You know what I'm saying? That's all we saying. We just want the best from the best, right? Boots a very talented fighter, very skillful fighter. We just want to see him continue to grow and advance as a fighter. You feel me? But I done said what I done said. I done did what I did. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Boss gone.